in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Say, who are the people in your neighborhood? The people that you meet each day.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to Turn the Page Tuesdays. So now that it's almost time for bed, make sure that you take care of all of those bedtime routines. Parents, now's the time to pause your device for the children to be able to go ahead and do that. Hi boys and girls, so today I am here in the Chester County Department of Emergency Services, or the 911 Communication Center, and I'm here with BJ and with Evan. How are you gentlemen doing today?
We're doing good. We're having a good day. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. So tell me what you do here for the Chester County Department of Emergency Services.
The Chester County 911 Center here at the Department of Emergency Services answers 911 calls for emergencies that happen in Chester County. And we also dispatch police and fire and EMS units to emergencies as they occur in Chester County, or sometimes in some of the surrounding counties as well.
So we're located in Oxford, and you live in Oxford, right?
Yes.
So, and right now we're in Westchester area. Can you tell me so if a call comes in for the Oxford firehouse, they would dispatch because someone called in here?
Absolutely. So when someone calls 911 from Oxford, the call comes here. Our fire and EMS dispatchers would dispatch the local fire company, which in Oxford is the Union Fire Company, as well as the Oxford Borough Police, and that goes through our police dispatch operations.
How many calls would you say you get in a day?
So it's always wide ranging. I say that we typically handle up to 1,000 calls a day for assistance.
And how many people do you have answering calls here?
Today there are 17 people working in the communication center. Tonight that number will go down a little bit, so it kind of varies. Today is, we're expecting some storms later, so we want to make sure that we have, good staff, working today so we can handle the emergencies.
So boys and girls, it's really dark in here so that the emergency dispatchers can see their screens, and when we turn around, you'll be able to see that they have 6 monitors they're looking at. So usually people look at 1 monitor, maybe 2 monitors, but the people here look at 6 monitors. So I imagine you don't have to know how to read to do the job, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Reading is essential for everyone that works here, and as well as the ability to type. So we do a ton on computers, and being able to read and speak well and type are things that are really important for this job.
I imagine that your dispatchers have to be very calm when they're answering the phone.
Our dispatchers are some of the best. They are calm. They can multitask. They really care about the citizens of Chester County and making sure that we're doing everything to help people when they're having their worst day.
So you explained that number 16 back here, that they specifically take care of Southern Chester County.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So each zone, each area has its own zone for the county.
Yep. So every desk for our dispatch positions have their own area or geographical area that they cover. As we talked about the fire and EMS dispatching earlier, 16 covers the whole area of Southern Chester County, so Oxford and all the area around it, and then the position next to it does another part of the county.
When you were younger, did you think you wanted to go into the emergency side of things?
I did. So I grew up, with my father and his father being firefighters in Southern Chester County, and I really grew a passion out of that. When we talk about 911, the location of where you are and what the problem is always what we want first. So if you ever call 911, it's where you are to the best of your ability and what the problem is. We'll be able to get more information from you and be able to talk you through your call. But as you get ready for bed tonight, I think it's a good idea to talk about what your address is and what your telephone number is as well.
That's some good advice, and it's really important, boys and girls, that you do learn your phone number and your address of where you live, just for situations like this, so that you can tell people your information. So today we're going to hear a book. It's called "Elephants Don't Do Well in Emergencies." So we can't wait to hear that book. That's going to be read by one of the dispatchers. Thank you.
Thank you. Our friend Dispatcher Mike is really looking forward to read this to you, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Arganetto, 911 call taker at Chester County Department of Emergency Services. And today we're going to read You Can't Call an Elephant in an Emergency. Author Patrick Cleveland Peck. You can't call an elephant in an emergency. He'll blunder around and trumpet with glee, then tangle the hoses and cause a flood, and laugh as the fire crews slip in the mud. Don't let a hairy Highland cow operate the new snowplow. She can't find the brake, keeps grinding the gears. No, this alpine adventure could end in tears. Oh, what a catastrophe. The paramedic's a chimpanzee. Instead of tending your bruises and cuts, she sits in the ambulance eating nuts. Never have a sloth as a traffic cop. Sloths sleep all day. He'd just be a flop. He'd yawn and doze off in open view, with hundreds of cars are forced to queue. If your car breaks down while driving along, to call out a penguin would simply be wrong. He failed his exams as a motor mechanic, and his so-called repairs would make you panic. A llama as a lifeguard just doesn't seem right. Her disgusting manners would give you a fright. For when in the mood, she thinks nothing of spitting all over the beach where bathers are sitting. The lemming team forgot the drill for airlifting a hiker stuck on a hill. Half of them leapt from the helicopter, and winching her up, the other half dropped her. Don't let a panda fly a firefighting plane. There's really nothing at all to gain. She's never seen fire, she'd simply be scared. Shut her eyes tight and beg to be spared. If you're ever trapped deep in a dark cave, don't ask an anteater to be brave. He'll only whimper and wet his pants and console himself by eating ants. Thinking she'd like to help keep the peace, a silly young chicken joined the police. But hens are too timid to ever give chase. Just look at the smile on that robber's face. To have a porcupine in the flood rescue team is a terrible idea, though she's frightfully keen. The boat is rubber and her quills are prickly. The mission of mercy could end rather quickly. So in case of emergency, a crash or a fall, we're probably not the creatures to call. Instead, we'll send them all on their way to enjoy a jolly holiday.
I hope you enjoyed that book by our special guest. Now it's time for bed. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the morning.